Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a not a bonus general message. This is today's topic. My bad. Today's topic for November the 2nd. And by the way, it is 11:11 right now as I am pulling cards. Hold on, I want to get one card out immediately. As always, you guys can enter to win a free read with me by writing the word compassion in the comments section and being a subscriber to the channel and writing the word compassion. So sorry, I just wanted to get that card out before the clock changed. So the card that comes out at 11:11 that starts this video, starts this storyline, is the Tree of Life. 11:11 can be one of those divine numbers. It can talk about things coming into balance. Sometimes we look at it as perfect alignment, things mirroring each other, twin flame energy, can mean a lot of different things. But basically, I would boil it down to something really sweet and really divine. And we have a Tree of Life. That's a really nice way to look at it. Maybe we're starting out with a storyline of like someone's life is kind of being a little bit blessed, coming into a place of harmony with all individuals that are a part of their life. Someone starts to really find more value and more strengthen interpersonal relationships. So number 5 is a card of change also. And so I can't help but say, I don't know. I think that this bodes really, really well. This could be, sometimes we feel pretty alone in life. And then other times we start to go, wow, I kind of forgot how nice certain people are. I forgot what it was like to be around friends. I mean, I would argue we've had a really difficult several years that the globe has gone through. And I think it's brought up a lot of isolation, a lot of loneliness, and a lot of even like hostilities that I think are not necessarily really there. A lot of loneliness brings up all kinds of ideas that are not 100% correct. We start to feel like, oh, nobody likes us. No, people love you. You just haven't been able to spend time with them to have that idea reinforced. Sometimes people grow distant and they think, oh, they don't care about me, and meanwhile the other person's like, oh, they don't care about me, and neither person realize spent a lot of time thinking about how much I guess they don't like me anymore and I'm hurt because I still like them, instead of saying, hey, you know what, I like you. I feel like this is a nice change. It's a nice energy tempo shift. Hey, if nothing else, I like you. I'm super honored you're here on my channel. Thank you, everybody who's here. I absolutely adore the community of people that we have here. I am so honored and so touched. I see the nicest energy here, and I cannot even believe, like, I know everybody always rags on the internet, and I'm like, I think the internet is freaking fantastic. I have met the nicest people. So thank you, every single person out there. And I hope you feel like this is a network of friends that you are hanging out with on my channel, because that's how I feel about it. Sorry, that's just a little side note, because I don't know, there's just really good vibes on this. And then sure enough, we've got more communication. We've got more contact. We've got I know it's a carousel horse, but this is actually the rider. And the rider is always coming in with a message. And this looks boisterous. It looks fun. It looks exciting. A carousel horse like this is, we usually think of it being at like a fair. It's a place where a lot of people congregate and have a good time. It's riding over a rainbow, and we had a rainbow going through the tree as well. So I just want to say, I think that this is like, there's this warm sense of community and connection with maybe all kinds of different people. Maybe this is about expanding our network of friends. Maybe this is about, finally I'm getting back into the swing of things. I'm going to go, mingle with people. And I cannot even believe how fun it is and what good vibes there are around me. And then we have this book. This book could talk about the next book of our life, the book of wisdom, all the things that we've learned. It could be the next chapter of life. This could be the Akashic records, where it's like, wow, wait a minute. Everything that I thought I've already experienced, and if life felt like a grind, turns out, oh no, like we're getting revived. We're about to like read the next adventure chapter. Or think of it like if you've ever read a series of books that you really enjoy, and then you can't wait until the next one comes out. It's like, this is the next edition. This is such a great time. This is such a wonderful, it's a revived sense of interest. And it does come with, I feel like somebody new is coming into someone's life. The writer is bringing in some form of communication. And then we go to the book. And all I can say is I think that this is going to be a new chapter, a new life story. I think we're adding somebody of great importance into our lives, somebody who's new, somebody where we're going to add a new branch on our family tree. Now, this could be, doesn't have to be our family tree like, oh, this is a person we're all of a sudden going to marry. It could be, though, but it could also just represent this is someone who is going to become a part, an integral part of my life, my daily life, the way my life goes. Wow, we have the man who's waiting, and we have Anubis. This is the coffin. So Anubis is actually always cheering. Like I'm always cheering for the characters in my stories. Well, Anubis is always cheering for each individual. So Anubis's job is at the end of an individual's lifespan, they are responsible for helping to like weigh and measure things, but they always want the best because they want to be able to like send those departed spirits onward in their journey. And so there's this great like it's not a big scary like, ooh, now we're going to be judged for the things that we've done. It's more like, all right, let's tally up all the good stuff that you've done, and we just hope that that gets you across the river. I feel like that's more the energy here. If this is a new chapter in someone's life, if we start out with some lovely sense of, there's happiness, there's a rainbow, this is a turn of good fortune, this is somebody new that we're communicating with, this is opening up a new book. I gotta say, I think that this is a story where this man has waited a really, really long time for his luck to change. I feel like this man has waited to meet our lead character. I feel like this man has been like hoping and wishing for someone to arrive in their world. So right now, I'm going to say that we start out with our lead character who is like, it's a new person in their world, but they didn't realize that this man has been waiting for them. All too often we tell a story where it's like our lead character has been waiting to meet somebody new. Our lead character is hoping for their life to change. It turns out our lead character is the blessing that comes into, in this case, the man's life. Doesn't have to be a man, but that's what I'll refer to him as from here on out, because we can now identify him as a character. And it's so interesting because you notice this person is wonderful. This person is, they're loving. They've got this rose, like they have so much to offer, so much to give. They would love to give to an individual, but they've been waiting for, I feel like this person's kind of been waiting for the next chapter of their life to start. It's so intriguing because they had an ending somewhere in their life. They had some other, maybe this is a divorcee, maybe this is a man who's been single for some period of time, and they're like, I just haven't met anybody. I just, I haven't seen anybody that I wanted to, give this rose to. I've been hoping to meet somebody, but there hasn't even been anybody that caught their attention. This is a man who is like, whatever ended in their life previously, they're not brokenhearted over it, not at all. But it's like they learned a really impactful lesson. They could have been engaged to someone, and that came to a closure. And I feel like this person's been single possibly for a while. I feel like the man has been single for a while. It was an engagement or a marriage that had ended here. And it ended with them. They were Anubis. They thought this out. They decided to really weigh it and say, okay, I understand why things went the way they went. I'm not brokenhearted because I can look at it openly, honestly, and I can say, this is why that situation ended. I can see, maybe we weren't meant for each other, or maybe there were mistakes made, whatever it was. This is truly over, which is so refreshing to see a character who doesn't have like the X's and the complication. This person's just been like, okay, I'm done with a phase of my life. Something ended, but I'm ready for something totally different now. This is so, it's energizing, and it's fun, and it's a very different vibe here. I want to get one more, and I never do this, but I'm going to go one in front I'm going to go in the reverse. I'm going to get one in front of this to say what preceded that very first card, the 1111 card. I asked for one, we got two. Oof. So our lead character, not the man, but our lead character, whomever this is referencing, they too might have been in some kind of, like, in this case, like a heinous situation, like absolutely awful, something that was left them, I want to say poisonous vibe here. A lot of jealousy, a lot of toxicity. This could have been like an intense and passionate relationship that had just a very like an unpleasant edge to it. There was something to do with control, organization. Our lead character might have been married themselves, and it might have been a very poisonous kind of energy there, where it was always about, you know, almost like somebody wants to punish, somebody wants to that, or it brought up the worst in our lead character. And hey, that's fair to say that too. Like, who hasn't had the worst be brought to the surface when they're with, you know, in a tough circumstance, or with the wrong partner, or whatever it is, and it's like, wow, I'm so not even behaving like myself. You know, I feel mean spirited, I feel angry, I'm not usually like this. You know, this is like harsh words, this is, you know, this is like my fangs came out, you know, what I said, my tongue came out, and it was just mean spirited, and that is so not the way I typically behave. So our lead character either was in a situation where someone was always about, like, if they got mad, they were going to find a way to secretly kind of get back at somebody. They said cutting things that just made somebody like lose their self-esteem, or they can even say, I did some of that. Whatever this was, it was still under the guise, there was all this kind of like rigid structure and oppression associated with it as well. So I really feel like there was a power struggle that our lead character was involved in that led to all kinds of bitterness and like I say, poison. You know, it just like the poisonous behavior that probably was stirred up in our lead character, and they might have acted out of character, but also in the situation that they were in. So they might have dealt with somebody who was really tough, a serpent, you know? And so this lead character might have gone through a time period where they felt really isolated. Maybe they didn't even know how to explain everything that they'd been through. But at this point, let's go back to that very first card. Now, our lead character is in that place of, like, I want to say, reviving good relationships, feeling like warmth again, feeling loved again, feeling like they're back to themselves, feeling like they've got friends around them again, really enjoying being around the people that they care about the most. And that may be their good vibes. I feel like our lead character is the one who is actually reaching out and in a good mood, and has started to communicate maybe in a really nice way with the man. And the man has been waiting to meet someone. So it's an intriguing thing, because I feel like our lead character doesn't know how much the man has needed to meet them. What sits between them, the connecting card, is that book. So that's why I want to say the Akashic Records, especially because we started this reading at 11:11, which was kind of fun, kind of interesting. I'm so glad I know I was all scattered at the beginning because I wanted to get that shuffle done and have a card pop out. And I only take poppers. I don't pull. So hang on. Let's take a look at the card with the book on it, the Akashic Record. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. This makes perfect sense to me, because what we've seen is that our lead character had some, like I say, unpleasantness that they came from, and the man came from some kind of unpleasantness. I can't talk tonight. So no wonder neither one of them had a full 10 of Pentacles. They both only had what they brought to the table. So he's got his 5 and our lead character's got their 5. But if we put those two together, we could actually have a 10 of Pentacles. But they're not arriving at this meeting point with anything more than themselves. But what's nice is they also aren't bringing a ton of baggage. Neither one of them is in a bad energy. Oh my God. This is so beautiful. This is not going to be a long reading because it doesn't need to be. This is, these two are in such beautifully matched energy. They both come toward one another because it's the right time for them to meet. Their journeys, they did what they needed to clear out their bad karma. They got away from toxic situations. They accepted why things ended in their lives, and they both have been on this collision course to encounter one another because they're both like headed the same general direction. I like the fact that these two characters are on their way. What have we got? Oh, the Lovers, the Justice, and the Temperance. Seriously, is this not like a slam dunk reading? I cannot even believe what an awesome story this is. You notice how up in the sky on this Lovers card, we see an angel anyway overseeing this. I said these two are on like a collision course to meet, right? Yeah, because the angels are guiding them to each other, for goodness sakes, because it's time that they both get something good in their lives. And it's so crazy. I want to say both of these are awesome people who got treated crappy by other relationships. They got whatever they gave, it was never reciprocated. They both got drained, they both got misused, mistreated, and yet they both stayed good people. They didn't get super bitter. They didn't harden their hearts. They didn't insist that now I'm mad at the world. The world owes me something because this person hurt my heart. They were both like, wow, I was in a tough situation, but I can see why it's over now because that certainly wasn't healthy and maybe I wasn't my best self. But when I meet someone who's a good person next, I'll know it. And that's what I'm going to wait for. I'm going to wait for something good because I don't want any more toxic. And I think that both of them had the same perception. I feel like our lead characters started to put more of their energy into like dealing with friends and people that they care about. And I feel like the man kind of stayed alone a little bit. But both of them, like the man might not have spent a lot of time with a bunch of other people in their lives, whereas our lead character chose to do that for themselves. But it's interesting because they both healed in kind of slightly different ways, and now they're meeting and they're like in this perfect harmony to come into this union. This is like the balancing of the scales. They both finally get somebody who's amazing in their lives. And this is, I mean, this is again balance. Both of these cards, well, really all three of these cards speak of two things coming together to be in harmony. And that's what this relationship is. Let's very quickly just ask, I don't even know why I'm going to do this. Let's grab a deck that we're going to refer to as the X deck, just to say what happened, what does happen to the situations that they each left behind. What happens to whomever the man had dealt with. That person that they dealt with, whoever their ex is, Nine of Wands, that person may still suddenly try to come in to get a hold of them, to try to, get back with them, especially when they discover that the man is with someone new. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, Strength card, Six of Cups. Yeah, this person all of a sudden is like, oh, but I miss you. I want you. I need you. Aren't we soulmates? Aren't we, like, and they may really try to come in and profess that they've changed their ways and they've fought their demons and they're so different now. I don't see that working for the man at all, because he already said when Anubis is here and weighs it, the man saw traits in their ex that they did not like. And it's like, unfortunately, once Anubis has weighed and measured, that's it. We're not that they basically gave this person enough time to change their ways when they were with them, and they learned unequivocally that this person made conscious choices to treat them poorly, and that's it. They won't give this person another chance. So it doesn't matter that ex is now trying to knock on their door and trying to say, oh, but aren't we soulmates? And the man might say, well, yeah, soulmates means that we learned lessons, and I learned some big lessons about you only want things once you can't have them anymore. When you could have made changes, you didn't. You're coming in saying that you fought your demons and now you miss me so much, but no, you might just want to see if you can overpower me again. I feel like the man is not going to be even a little bit persuaded because they already saw it for what it was and they closed that chapter. Okay, what about for our lead character? So what about for you? What happened with your ex? Where are they at? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so many cards. Okay, so unfortunately, big old devil sitting there. Somebody is out like living large, running amok. Okay, running amok. Judgment card, and they're going to get judged for it. And this is kind of like a biblical judgment thing. This is where, I mean, they may wind up running themselves into the ground, and then they have to go into, I mean, heck, this could be like rehab. This could be they got to get dried out. This could be there's justice. This person could actually have some issues to settle with the law as well. We have the star card. Yes, they may heal from it. Yes, they may even turn over a new leaf with the wheel of fortune. Two of Wands is here, and then they question, like, okay, if I get my life put back together after basically hitting some serious rock bottom here, and they may be trying to knock on your door also and say, hey, could we get back together? Let me try to make it right. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. You had a bunch of things you needed to go work on. I feel like this person, they do focus on healing themselves. And they may still come in and try to like give a love offer, or at least to some kind of validation that says, you know, I really did love you, even if I was in devil energy, even if I messed this all up. I really did love you for what it's worth. And it might be that that was one more part of them needing to heal. It may be something that we just sit silently and we hear those words and it's like, okay, well, that's nice to know. But again, I don't think that this matters. This is a journey of healing, and this is a journey of closure, possibly for each of these individuals. And I think it's interesting that when they come together, I think that's when those exes kind of, honestly, maybe both of their exes do become slightly better people. I mean, that would be a nice story, right? If four people all end up in happier places, better places, maybe because they knew each other. Maybe, you know, maybe the ripple effect that we have on one another's energy. It's like, wow, you were super toxic. You darn near took me down with you. But instead, I decided, no, I'm going to let you go for all the right reasons, you know, because you've got to go work on yourself. I don't want to be in something toxic. I have the power to let it go. I have the power to not be bitter over it. And now I'm able to meet someone new who's amazing. They went through something similar. They also didn't let it crush them. And I almost feel like that vibe, like when we get two strong people who've kind of been through hell, who had every reason to be unhappy, but they chose to still stay kind. And then that leads them to one another. And they wind up with that lover's card, and they wind up in the temperance card, and they wind up with something so positive. Even though the exes try knocking on doors, neither one of them is swayed to go back to the exes because they found where they need to be. And I think even that somehow has a positive influence on both of their exes. Like their exes are like, I guess I needed to change my ways, but I needed to change it for myself. It wasn't even necessarily so that I could get back with you. The net energy that we see is everyone winds up a better version of themselves. So powerful interactions for all four of these people. But I'm super happy to see that couple find each other and to see those exes actually doing better, you know, at least having chosen to alter themselves a little. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there. That was a very feel good energy. That makes a lot more sense also because it started out with 1111, right? So that was 4. You know, each one of those number ones, we saw a storyline for each one of those people. And it's really nice to see that they all get into better balance. How awesome is that? One of my favorite stories in a while. All right, you guys, I'm going to quit being so chipper and I'm going to wrap this up. But thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. If you do enjoy my storytelling style, awesome. Thank you for giving this a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Bye for now. See you guys again tomorrow. Bye.